What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious.
We got 2 weeks until the fight between Canelo and Crawford goes down. We got 2 weeks from today until this thing goes down.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. We have 350 people and 90 fucking 5 likes.
Is Canelo Alvarez ready? Is Canelo Alvarez ready for what Terence Crawford is going to be bringing September 13th? Is he ready?
Terence, there's a lot of pictures kind of going viral with Hernandez and Duran. It's kind of like he has like the Avengers or like the Justice League sparring partners taking the fight serious. Really, tough sparring partners. Just wanted to get your thoughts that,
What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, all these things that all the media say I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, need all the help that, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, after, September 13th, there would be no excuses.
It seems like he just closed out camp with Duran Boots Ennis. Bomac said that it won't matter, right? The whole Duran Boots Ennis thing in camp. None of that's going to matter because Duran Boots Ennis isn't Terence Crawford.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response to that.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man.
But Canelo Alvarez, man, I don't know. A lot of people picking Terence Crawford, man. A lot more people picking Terence Crawford going into this fight to where it'll be hard to argue if he's really truly the underdog going into this fight. We got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks until this thing actually goes down. 2 weeks. And then it'll be here before you know it. Terence Crawford said he's going to make Canelo fans cry. Then he's going to make them cry. And he mean that, right? They're going to be going home crying. Me personally, I don't think this fight is going to be close. I don't think it's going to be as close as they say. I just don't believe it. I think after the third round, it's going to be pretty much all Terence Crawford. I think it's going to be all Terence Crawford. I don't see what Canelo Alvarez is going to be able to do to be able to adjust to what Crawford doing in the ring. Stylistically, this is a pretty bad matchup for Canelo Alvarez, if we're honest. He has a 4.5 reach advantage over Canelo Alvarez. Does he have the height advantage? Yes, I believe so. I heard he's really like 5'7". So Crawford has an inch height advantage, but that's not really anything significant. Let's go play a factor in the fight. But I think things like reach will. And Crawford has the same reach as a guy like Dimitri Bivol. One of the guys who has a longer reach more recently than Canelo's fought. Despite his height and him coming up in weight, Crawford has the reach of a light heavyweight. So, Canelo has to deal with his reach, the southpaw stance. Certain things that Canelo do may not work against Terence Bud Crawford, like the shots to the shoulders and stuff. It may not work if Crawford's in the southpaw stance. The southpaw stance is going to change things up significantly. And like I told you guys, I think Duran Boots Ennis was this southpaw fighter dynamic fighter that, that Canelo brought in. I mean, look at the guys that Canelo brought in. He brought in these Avenger guys to help him prepare for a little guy coming up. So that goes to show you that he got a lot of respect for Terence Crawford. And this is what I was telling you guys too. There's going to be a lot of respect for Bud Crawford as well for Canelo. So he's going to respect Terence Crawford going into this thing, and he ain't going to want to make any mistakes against Terence Bud Crawford. And speaking about the guys that he brought in, they look like they was beating his ass based off some of the photos that we see. These last two, this closing out, right? I'm assuming this is his last big sparring run, and the look in Canelo's face is the look of a guy who I got wore out. Like, he looked like he got wore out. It don't look like he had a good time. It don't look like he had a good camp. And really, Canelo Alvarez, this is probably the end of the road. He probably realizes this is the end of the road. A lot of the real sharp boxing eyes notice that Canelo Alvarez is kind of, he's kind of slipping a little bit, right? He's slipping. And, it's going to get exposed. It got exposed in the William Skull fight, but it got kind of masked by the fact that William Skull didn't really engage in the fight. So now against a guy like Terence Crawford, this will be exposed in about 2 weeks. Yeah, that's right. This will be exposed in about 2 weeks. We're going to see, right? We're going to see what Canelo Alvarez does. It's going to be interesting to see, because I just don't see no way that he can win the fight. I'm totally the opposite of what Canelo Alvarez fans seem to believe, right? The guys who think the weight is going to be a factor. I think none of that's going to be a factor in this fight. I think it's going to come down to who really wants some more. I think it's going to come down to things like who's the better skilled guy, who's more hungry. Come on. I don't think the size. I think Crawford's going to be just as strong, if not stronger than Canelo Alvarez as far as physical strength. And not to mention, let's talk about that. Canelo Alvarez isn't necessarily a really physical fighter. And if you look, his inside game isn't really that great. So we're going to see a lot. We're going to see what happens September 13th, because I believe that Terence Crawford can adapt to whatever Canelo Alvarez brings to the fight. Whatever mistake Canelo Alvarez make, Terence Crawford will make him pay for it, right? He won't just be up in there pot-shotting with Canelo Alvarez, right? He just won't be up in there throwing light flurries and moving around the ring with Canelo Alvarez. These are things that really could easily beat Canelo Alvarez, but Terence Crawford is going to do something a little different, in my opinion. He's going to make a statement against Canelo Alvarez because he knows he's already down 2 rounds. So he's going to make a statement against Canelo Alvarez.
To keep pushing a little bit harder because, I'm already, down 2 rounds, being that the popularity and, the person that I'm going up against is in a higher weight class than me. So, in my mind, I'm already down 2 rounds. I gotta make up for, those 2 rounds with the work that I put in going into this fight.
That mindset is, I dig that. I like that. And another thing that's a little bit different about this fight for you, you are moving up weight classes for this. So you're going to be a little bit heavier for this. Is that good for you? Do you like that? Do you like being able to move up? Are you more comfortable at this weight as opposed to what you normally fight at?
Well, I haven't been at this weight in an actual fight before.
Yeah.
Training, I'm gonna be just fine. Starve myself and cut muscle and, the thing, or worry about weight. That's the bonus of it.
Do you think it'll have an impact on your cardiovascular performance at all? I know when I'm a little bit heavier, I move a little bit slower. And you're a proper supreme athlete, so you might not have that issue. But for me, I move a little slower and I'm a little heavier.
No, I think it benefit me come fight night.
To the point where they're going to question, do they even really truly want a rematch? Do we want a rematch with this guy? Do we want to rematch this guy again? Or we just want to leave him alone? I think we should leave this guy alone. I don't want to rematch this dude. Because we already brought in the best of the best to help us prepare for this guy in Jaron Boots Ennis. We already brought in him, another former world champion within his own right, and that still wasn't enough. So what could possibly be enough? What could possibly be enough in 2 weeks for Canelo Alvarez? Did he peak in camp is the question. Did he even reach his peak in camp is the question. Did he reach his peak in camp? Did he get his drills down that was needed to deal with the southpaw that Terence Crawford is definitely going to bring to this fight? He's definitely going to bring the southpaw stance to this fight. Did Canelo Alvarez prepare for the southpaw? I don't think so, y'all. I don't think he prepared for the southpaw. We're going to find out in 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks until this thing goes down. This clock is ticking. The days is moving, right? It's been moving. This thing has been moving. And it'll be here before you know it. Canelo fans seem to be getting really nervous. Seem to be a lot more people leaning towards Terence Bud Crawford. Right? Because people see the obvious. People see the obvious in this fight, man. They see that Canelo Alvarez ain't just looking. He's just not looking. He's just not looking, man. Where's the hard work from Canelo Alvarez going into this fight, man? We're going to find out in 2 weeks. But tell me what you guys think. Canelo Alvarez, Terence Bud Crawford. We got 2 weeks until this thing goes down. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.